What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Music. I like to say it, bro. I like, it don't have to be nothing popular. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I am back. I've been out for about a week, but we are here now. You heard? We are here now. We got a lot of things going on today. You see the title. You see the title of the show going on today. Come on, man. Come on. You think I wasn't on talk about it? Yeah, money be on my mind, but bullshit do sometimes. Also, all right. As you know, welcome to the Lenny Reed Pod. I'm your host, Lenny Reed, and life is life, baby. Life is life, and this is episode 225. The title, Diddy A Wild Boy, yo. How many people you know and somebody ask about them and you be like, yo, such and such a wild boy. Diddy just got money, man. He just got money. One thing before I get into the show, guys, check out the quick links in the show notes, in the description on the podcast, as and you will see a lot of ads and people that I think you probably really need to check out. All right, check out the show notes. Also, this podcast is powered by the lrpod.com. All right, the lrpod.com. Check that out. That's where you it's basically the home, the headquarters of the show, the home. All right. Oh man, what we getting in today? I am back. Been on a little. I've been chilling. I've been trying to get things situated, and but now I'm ready to have fun. I'm ready to talk about people. I'm ready to get money and continue on. Hopefully y'all with me in that realm. All right. Okay. So today I got my Presidente beer because this is to celebrate Memorial Day weekend, right? Y'all chilling. I'm working. This will be out Tuesday, and I'm just having a good time. Tell you, it's not like a nice cold beer. You know what I mean? Nice cold beer. Shout out to Presidente. I think it's a Dominican Republican beer. I think. Anyway, let's get to the show. Okay, yo. Diddy, you had a nice run, bro. You had a nice run. I remember way back listening to Biggie, right? Biggie, this is before Biggie was dancing. So, Puff, I guess Puff did all that shit, but Biggie, he was a dope lyricist, I would say. He was a good rapper. I think this was probably like 95, something like that. Well, I really remember Big. 95, doing this thing around Tupac time. They had their little beef with Faith and all of them. Yeah, I remember all that. Ready to Die came out. That was dope. It's nobody to somebody. You're nobody to, I think you're nobody to somebody kills you or something like that, right? Which is ironic. After that, he got killed. And so that's still unsolved mystery to this day. But let's get into, Diddy back then was I guess you would say he was like the playboy, right? Like what he called everybody, like, yo, playboy. He was the playboy, shiny suits. I remember that, the whole Mace thing. I remember all of that. And, Wendy Williams used to always talk about a gay rapper back in the day, right? But never paid attention to it because she never said his name. She never said the name. She alluded to the name, but I can understand why she never said it because back then P. Diddy was very powerful. At least around that time, he had a whole bunch of shit going on. So I understood why she never put out his name. Now, I will say Diddy has some dope artists, man. Let me go over a few. Craig Mack. Come on, man. Craig Mack. Just like you the blab. The bodies be bad. The man had. Yeah, Craig Mack was dope. You got Faith Evans. She was cool. I really wasn't into Faith. I was more into SWV and that kind of Mary J. Blige and shit like that. 112, they was cool. Total, um, they was cool. Mace, you know, early Mace. You know, Mace was dope early back in the day. Um, the Locks, Jada Kiss Styles P and Sleech, Sheech, Eek Luch, Black Rob, Sean Time, Carl Lewis, and I wish I never met her at all. Yeah, Carl Lewis, Carl Thompson. I'm sorry, Carl Thompson, G Dep, Mario Winans, Loon. I remember Loon. Dream. I don't remember. I guess they're like a pop group or something like that. Danny D. Kane. I really don't remember them. The band. I remember that. That shit was funny. B5. Have no clue who the fuck B5 is. And Young Jock. We all know who Young Jock is, at least in the South where I reside at now. So all of these people, all of these artists that I just named, right? Imagine what they seen, or imagine what they know, right? Imagine. Now let's go down the list. You got Craig Mack. It just seemed like Craig Mack. No, let's put it like this. If Diddy was running around like the Joker back then, and I consider Diddy the Joker. I don't care what nobody say. You remember that Halloween that Diddy was he had the Joker outfit on, and he was like, he got in some basketball player face, or the basketball player pushed him or something like that, because he thought he was playing this shit. Diddy was like, boy, you don't know who I am. I'm the Joker. And he was like, got serious, right? So people was laughing, haha. But Diddy is the fucking Joker of New York. He is the real Joker. Think about it. If Joker was a real person, it'd be Diddy. Think about that shit. He is the Joker of New York. I guess Jay is Batman or some shit. I don't know. But you got to think about this. All the people on this list that I just said, I can imagine the hell that they went through, boy, not getting paid. I think Faith probably had a better go than, I think the women probably came out better. Craig Mack, I know he went through shit. 112, I never heard about 112 going through nothing. Total, I never heard. I think as far as them not getting paid or some shit like that. But the Locks, I know they had an issue. They tried to get out of their contract. And I think they were the only successful ones to actually get out of their contract without going crazy or going to jail or being killed or dying or some shit like that, right? Because they had D in them from Rough Riders. So that probably helped them put the pressure on Puffy to get him out the deal. So I was probably the only successful group out of this lineup here would be the Locks. Black Rob, I don't know about him. Sean, we already know what happened to Sean. He popped off and then got sent off. Now he's some kind of runner for like senator or some shit like that. I don't know. Carl Thomas, never heard of nothing from him. G Dep probably went through the ringer. Mario Winans. Loon was locked up. And so just imagine the shit these people went through dealing with Puffy, right? Just imagine that shit. Because you got to understand something. When you're dealing with a person, right, that has power, and it's really not about the person, it's the people around them. Like, if you're dealing with somebody like Puffy, he want to come see you or something like that, and he was his goon squad. It's not, I mean, Puffy do all the talking and, he will control the masses, but he will sick the goons on you, his security. And they'd do whatever, set your car on fire and all of that shit, like they did to Homeboy. And it's just, I can't imagine, like at a certain point, you have to build your own goon squad. Definitely was on a label, but I can just see Puffy running over people, man. He just probably smacking motherfuckers, hanging them upside down, kicking them and shit in the head, or having his people do it. Ransack the house, all that shit. Kid Cudi went through everything that I just mentioned. Kid Cudi went through. And he testified that he went through. Now, a lot of people saying, yo, he shouldn't testify. He shouldn't testify. Kid Cudi probably went through some shit, bro, messing around with Puffy. Now, out of all of these artists that I just named, you had Notorious B.I.G. He died 1997. And that was a drive-by. Now, a lot of people saying Diddy probably had something to do with that. So that's still in the air, whether it was Diddy or whether it was Suge or somebody in between. But he was probably one of the greatest rappers of all time if you put him in that line, right? So whatever he went through, whatever Big went through, or it was a rumor mill going out that he was trying to start his own shit and he was eventually a bad boy. So the Puffy that we know that's going through court now and people saying all this shit, and people probably threw that in the air that Puffy probably got him killed. That's why he got him to that party or whatever. It's not far-fetched. Now, is it true? We'll never know, but that's not far-fetched to see this person that we hearing about on the stand taking out Big, if Big is a money ticket. You know, if I can't hear you on my team, Playboy, you ain't gonna be a nobody team. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what Diddy was saying. You got Craig Mark. He died from heart failure. Come the flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm picking new flavor in your ear. Max, a brand new flavor in your ear. I might play Diddy greatest hits of his artists. I don't know. I might put something together. Probably a couple pods down the list. And Black Rob, man, he died of kidney failure. So I want to say rest in peace to the Biggie, Craig Mack, and Black Rob, man. So the time Puffy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call a nigga, right? He was running around. Oh, he was running around. I mean, we talking about Homeboy had a good run. I mean, he was rocking what? Late 80s, probably? When he hit the scene, late 80s, and got everything together and got his group together and start doing different things. I will say something, and I don't know if you heard this before, but I was rapping with my cousin. I think our group was called Untold Saga, right? And we did a show. I think it was a talent show. I don't know, but we did a show on stage. We performed a few songs in Morgan State in Baltimore. So we was putting out, our demo tapes to everybody. We was sending that shit to everybody, right? And somehow it got to a producer of Bad Boy. So that producer arranged a meeting. I guess he was at some club in East Orange, New Jersey. We was out of Newark, so he was at some club, East Orange, New Jersey. And we went there, our manager, which was our cousin, Dwayne. So we went to try to get to the club, right? So we can meet him. But they wouldn't let us in. I don't know why they didn't let us in, but they wouldn't let us in. So that meeting never went down. And I think it was probably rescheduled, but that shit never panned out. And around this time, we didn't know about the craziness of, this list of artists that had a hard time, getting out a Bad Boy, going through the trauma with Bad Boy, or just getting straight up, boop bop by Bad Boy or P. Diddy. So I don't know. So that shit never panned out, and it never happened. So that's a good thing, right? I always say, would you rather have a frying pan life or an oven life? Frying pan life is you just cooking eggs your life. You experience all the good shit in a short period of time. Riches, um, fame, success in a short period of time, and you either fizzle out through drugs, death, whether it's murder or overdose or some shit like that, or you just fall off because of a scandal. Or would you have your life as just a regular, you know, oven life, got a job, paying your mortgage or your rent, paying taxes, going to church, taking a little 2-3 week punk ass vacation every every year. You know what I mean? Which life would you rather have? You do your 25, 35 years and then you retire, lay on a couch, on a couch, watch a couple of shows, and you got a shit list of shit you probably want to do, you never do. End up passing away 3 years after your retirement. What would you do? Have the frying pan life or the oven life? And it just seemed like in this bad boy arena group, you basically had a frying pan life. Now it just seemed like people was famous, but they didn't have no money. And that's like the worst thing to be, famous with no money, because you still in the trenches and you famous, right? I remember I was driving trucks way back, probably like '03 or something like that. '03, '04. And I was at this was Port Newark, off Port Newark area. And I went to a food truck and I'm just sitting there ordering my or waiting to order. I'm in line waiting to order my order for the morning, right? And then I look behind me because somebody was standing next to me or behind me. So I look behind me and I'm like, God damn, this cat looked familiar. And it was the dude, the little fat boy off of Juice. But he grew up, you know what I'm saying? And I think he was driving a forklift. He had the vest on and everything. And I said, "What's up, dog? What's going on?" He said, "Hey, shit, man, just chilling." And he was in Juice, but that was when he was a child, right? He was a grown ass man, and he had to do what he had to do to make his money. So you never know when, in his eyes, he was probably famous, but he didn't have the money, so he had to work a job. He had to be out in the midst with the regular individuals, but you can go and watch him on TV. So that's just how life was. So now let's get to the Joker, which I'm calling this nigga the Joker. I'm sorry. He's the Joker of New York City, yo. Now, I think Cassie was an artist also in his camp. And I really never paid attention to Cassie. I did see her one time with a hair shave. I'm like, what the hell is going on? She had a pretty face when she had long hair, but the video with him kicking her and sliding her, down the hallway at the hotel and shit like that. Yeah, it seemed like that was leaked, and then everything else came. So I think somebody else mentioned this. It was like they threw the perception out there that he was a bad person, and then the arrest came and all that other shit came. So getting mollywop and you're a female by a dude, that is wrong. Okay. And it's not a joke, but sometimes it's just me. Like when somebody says something about, hey, it's this lady that helped me out, or it's this I have this new coworker and every time it's a she with anything, something in me always say, what she look like? And it's no intent that I don't want to say anything to this person or even care. It's just what she look like. So when I'm seeing a girl getting dragged or something happened to her, and maybe this is the evil part of me, I'll always say, I wonder what she did. I wonder what she did. Now, is that messed up? Yes, that's fucking messed up. I'm sorry. What do y'all want me to do here? So the video was crazy. And yes, him beating the hell out of her, that's not cool, bro. And you over there kicking the girl in the stomach. All right. What is that? Assault? I don't even think he got. I'm gonna read his allegations or I guess the charges and shit like that. But um after going over everything, right? My thing was Cassie sort of like used up and then spit out. So in situations she was getting multiple sex workers to come over there, right? You see it on news. It's a goddamn at least 20 of them niggas. And they'll come over there and they'll smash out. Why did he watch? Then he wanted them to rub their wanted her to rub their cum on his chest. Straight gay shit. But listen, teach his own. Okay. Um, it's like when you got money and you already weird, even if you was a kid and you was weird and you just, all over the place, I think money will sort of make you worse. So when you was a kid, you probably would smear milk or some shit. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. But once you get older, you probably want to smear a nigga's cum on your chest. I don't fuck that. Anyway, listen, teach his own. But the thing is, I always said it was something weird with all of these people in the industry. And I don't know how true this is, but they say everybody in the industry went through a ritual. And this is why I say, listen, man, watch where you go or where you hang out at a certain level. If you are rising to the top, you have to watch yourself because let's play this scenario out. You are invited to a party. You the shit now, industry party, right? You get in the party, you tense because you think it's some gay shit. That's all you heard was, the parties, the industry parties be some gay shit. Now, this can be music and movies, right? Any form of entertainment. Then they get you in there, and you say, God damn, okay. And this ain't no gay shit. These some badass chicks in here. You put your wall down now. You put your wall down and you just drinking and girls offer you drinks. And you know how it is. The pretty girls offer you drinks. You're going to drink that shit. Even though you probably in your fifth vodka or tequila, you're going to drink it. Because a girl asked you to drink it, which is the dumbest shit ever, but that's what people do. You get twisted. Two girls that you probably never had in your life come up to you and say, we want to take care of you. Let's go upstairs or let's go into some room. You already got the devil's juice in you. So you like, word? Okay, let's get it. Right? So you souped up. You like, man, this is probably the best ever. I'm about to get a 3-banger. No. You go up to the room. The girls doing their thing. They undressing you, one taking your pants off, the other one taking your shirt off. You like, oh my God, I have arrived. Next thing you know, she offered you more drinks. You're like, bitch, I'm already drunk, but give it here. I'll take a sip. But that sip puts you out. You wake up probably like a couple hours later, you feeling weird. You like, what the fuck? Why do I feel like this? Why do my ass hurt? I don't know. It must be something I was drinking or damn, I gotta take a shit or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, you think nothing of it. You embarrassed to talk about it because it's just weird. It's just weird. You probably got blood and shit like that. Like what the bitches do, yo? Did they ram a dildo in me or someone? That's just what it is. You can't tell nobody because you are about to be a star. You can't let nobody know this shit. Them girls, you will never see them again. They was put up to do this. So you get on with your life, and now you got a meeting with the big dogs. At the meeting, you already got that crazy night out your head. You probably said it didn't happen because you was drunk or whatever, right? That's just the way it is. Next thing you know, you at the meeting and they telling you what to do, what to produce, and how to write, what to write. What shit to follow? You like, hold up, man. Listen, I came in with the assumption that I can write what I wanted to write, and I want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about what y'all want me to talk about. And they like, oh, really? And then next thing you know, nigga turn on the TV and you getting rear-ended by a dude. Getting rear-ended by a dude. So the girls dipped and the dude came in when you was intoxicated and they all recorded that shit. Now they got you locked up. They got you locked in now. So that's where you see the divide of artists that stick with it and then the ones that either go to drugs or they just, disappear. Now, how many people that we like in the music industry or the movie industry that had this happen to them? How many that just sucked it up and continued on with their music career? How many just said, yo, one hit wonder ass motherfucker or nigga? But they actually been through this. They saw that video themselves and they just had a mental breakdown and then they went into drugs and all that other shit that comes with it. Now, what this got to do with Diddy? What if this happened to Diddy on his way up? The hurt, right? So he just continued this in his own realm, but maybe he had this done to him by the upper echelon of vampires. And like before, I'm not naming no names of no vampires. Y'all know who they are. The top dogs. You hear the stories about Tupac, Quincy Jones, and all of that, right? The top vampires. Come on, put shit together. I'm not here to put none together. So, if Diddy is just one string of this organization, how many other people do you think is on this same timeline? Because I think they are so well insulated that they can do shit all the way until they die. And they'll never get out. But it's like once you go against them, their organization, this organization that you are in, then they can put out stuff into the media, send it anonymously to the cops, and they can get hemmed up. It's like when you cross your own, you get put out on Front Street and the wolves attack. So the movie industry and the record industry is probably plagued with this shit, man. Plagued. The industry is probably full of gays and weirdos. Like I said, I have nothing against gays or anything like that. Do what you do, man. Do what you do. But one thing I do know is there is something weird about the industry. And it just says, when you have power, if you rise into the top, you have to be vetted. And that vetted is a way to control you, whether it's pictures or some gay shit or whatever happens, right? That's something in the bag to control you if you get out of hand. And if they can't control you that way, then they just, get you out of here with different other means. All of these motherfuckers got handlers. They got people that take care of shit. Puffy or Diddy had people. If you hear this shit on trial now, he had people to take care of shit like that for him. See what he did to Kid Cudi. And it's probably a whole shitload of artists that he did shit to. And that'll never come out. So, what are the charges? Let me see. Because I want to know what the charges were. Yeah. Okay, so he was charged with... These are the lawsuits filed against him. So what are the federal charges? Okay, I think it was sexual assault, misconduct, human trafficking allegations, and other charges in civil court. So, as far as now, as far as now, I could be wrong. Even the federal investigation, he had the Homeland Security raids, and they did, sex trafficking, drug related activities, um, and they just, electronic devices, everything was seized. Um, to be honest with y'all, guys, yes, Diddy is a wild boy. But I think it's a whole school of them motherfuckers, bro. Yo, it's a whole school of them wild boys. I think it's levels of wild boys. Diddy like right here, and it's like 4 levels up. Then there's God. There's a God level up there. You don't even want to know about that God level. But yes, it is a wild boy. But yes, he beat his girl. Okay. He liked baby oil for some fucking reason. They I don't know. They wrestling in baby oil. And you will pay dues to smash your girl while you watch. And then you rub their semen on your nipples, which is the weirdest shit. Like, gee, Jesus Christ. Okay. He's a weirdo. Yes. He's gay. Allegedly. But I still see, yes, he beat Cassie, probably. But kidnapping and all this other stuff. Yes, drugs and all of that. Yeah, that comes with the game. I mean, you see motherfuckers smoking weed all the time and probably doing other shit, lean and all this other shit. Ecstasy, whatever. It seems like it's glorified by certain industries. But I still see no case. Yes, he's a wild boy, but a RICO case? I don't see it. Physical abuse? Okay. Drugging, sex trafficking? I don't see it. Don't see it now. If y'all want to comment what y'all see or break it down, y'all glad to. But you can even leave a message over there at the lrpod.com. You can leave a voice message and I'll post it. He could walk. He could walk. I really think now let somebody else come with something bombshelling. As of now, Memorial Day weekend, in the case that they have, I see nothing that can hold him for what he's charged for. Definitely not a RICO case. Now they could probably get him for guns or something like that. They might even looking for tax evasion or something like that, but I think he got all that taxes shit cleared up. So other than that, I don't think that they're going to be able to make this case stick. But I could be wrong, but I really think he's going to walk. What do y'all think? I don't know. All right, everybody. Thank you all for listening. And listen, man, enjoy your life, man. You only get one. Whether you're the frying pan or the oven. All right? Y'all get out of here.